Ever since you were a kid back on Earth, you have always held the deep, close wish to one day travel the world. You wanted to see new places, experience exciting new tastes and altitudes and temperatures, maybe go scuba diving. You never imagined you would actually get the chance. That kind of cool stuff didn't happen to someone like you. Well, you're finally getting your wish. It's just a totally different world. Funny how life turns out. When you get back to Earth, well, you don't want to think about that. Who knows if it will ever happen again. You have really chilled out recently. Found your place in the universe, drifting from friend to friend, adventure to adventure. It's the only way to live. Hey guys, I'm 8Ball, and I am back with another HiveSwap Friendism video. Fina-fucking-ly. I apologize for my absence. At first, I had just lost my voice and couldn't really do anything. And then I just got lazy. So, yeah, today we are going to be exploring not the latest one, the one that was before the latest one, which is Volume 7, I believe. And today, I haven't really thought this through, so I think today we're gonna go with Ramel and see what her deal is. I haven't seen many spoilers for this, so I don't really know. My prediction for this route will be bad. This route is going to be bad. That is my prediction. But yeah, without further ado, hold on, let me adjust my mic because I'm slouching over it. I need to sit up straight. Okay. There we go. Without further ado, let's start this thing. You've wandered into a part of town that seems to have some culture going on. There are a lot of bright neon lights, and you can't read what the signs say, but you can see the arcades and performance space and what looks like a movie theater. Perhaps more indie-oriented compared to the mall cinemas you've seen before. As you continue wandering, you come across a trendy-looking building with a placard outside that shows a little cartoon doodle of a fancy waiter holding out trays of snacks. You can't read what the words say, but you recognize the intergalactic signal for free food. Come inside. Yes. Okay. You head inside, and it appears to be an art gallery. It must be opening night because there are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and hors d'oeuvres. Nope, not trying that word. There are many other art appreciators here, and your adrenaline spikes when you realize that most of the trolls milling around are purple bloods. Oof. You're not sure if some of the paintings and snacks are worth the high chances of getting maimed when chaotic violence breaks out, but you're debating the merits of free food versus probable injury. Someone approaches you. Oh, but as you're debating that, okay. Oof. Okay. Hold on. Lost day? Okay. Oh man. Voice. Let's think. I had one earlier. I was thinking about one earlier. You don't look like my other patrons. Are you lost? No, because that sounds too much like the other artist. I mean, I guess I could make her. Because they are both blue bloods. Okay. Or perhaps you're looking to start a collection. If you're loaded, ignore the first question. Art is for everyone, after all, regardless of your blood color. I'm trying to put E's at the end. Like A, yeah, you get it. The 4 black pupils in her eye glint and sparkle, and you're not sure yet if it's a menacing or friendly sparkle. She grins at you, and it shows all of her teeth. So what do you think of art? Have any paintings caught your eye? You look around. You don't know much about art, but you are a nerd, and a lot of the paintings in here remind you of some scenes from popular movies and games back home. Oof. The artwork is stunning, perhaps the best I've seen. Troll Mona Lisa who? Let's try that one. Haha, stop it, you flatterer. She puts a hand on her hip and winks at you, and you're guessing that she doesn't actually want you to stop. You're also making the connection that she must be the artist who painted all of these. You sense an opportunity of friendship, so you lay it on thick and gush out how talented she is. Ooh. Huh, I thought you looked like a dumbass when you walked in, but you have good taste after all. Let me show you around. This is hard. I hate this. You follow Ramel through the gallery, swinging by the table with the free food first. It's pretty good by the standards you've come to expect on Alternia, but what you thought was wine at first glance is actually Faygo. Of course. Oh my god, it is Faygo. No thanks. You may have noticed some themes in my exhibited work. I don't love clowns or gore as much as it seem. That's just what I have for sale here. If you look at my work online, you will see a full range of my art. But for this fancy gallery shit, Purple Bloods are some of my best customers. Those clowns fucking love art. They're rich as Fouquet. They're rich as Fouquet, and they'll buy anything as long as it's violent enough or features religious themes. Nope, that's me. You've seen the kind of destruction and mayhem that Purple Bloods are capable of, so you're surprised that she doesn't seem to mind being in a crowded gallery with so many of them. That explains all the party stuff too. Most of the other trolls you've interacted with have done their best to steer clear with the clown murder cult guys. At least one of them, at least one of those hate romance relationships isn't on the table. Okay. Isn't it kind of dangerous to actively court them for her audience? Oh, sure. They can be unpredictable, and keeping them happy requires some schmoozing. Occasionally I have to pretend like I've drunk the Faygo and pull some religious references out of my ass. But it's nothing I can't handle. You can make a lot of money on as an artist, if you're not choosy about what you draw. One of my customers is this blue blood moron who only ever commissions me to draw low bloods in quadrants with other low bloods. Oh, I've got him convinced I'm giving him a deal with his rate when he's actually paying 5 times what I charge anyone else. My point is, artistic Q. Oh, so it says artistic. Okay. So my point is, nope. Artistic integrity is for chumps. If you wanna get ahead in this world, give the people what they want first. That strikes you as a depressing outlook on the creative process, but you're aware by now that idealism on Alternia tends to lead to a shorter lifespans. And you have to admit, looking around at the crowd in the gallery, that her cynical approach seems to be working. You tell her that she sounds pretty business savvy, and in addition to talented, she winks at you again. Thanks, I know. Because I make bank doing shit like this, I'm able to fund my passion projects. You should really check out my webcomic. Oh god. But before you can find out what her webcomic is about, she notices another troll that has been sidling up to you. As she approaches, she whips out what looks like a small recording device with a smile. Romel's face goes completely blank and she crosses her arms over her chest. And how can I help you? Oh god. Ah, yes. Hello, Miss Namak. I'm with Alternia Nightly, and I must say, it looks like your very first ever gallery exhibit has been a smashing success so far. The journalist's syrupy tone is innocuous. Oh my god, stop! We know I can't do big words. Why do we keep doing big words? The journalist's syrupy tone and innocuous words don't seem threatening to you, but you're picking up some tense vibe. You're picking up some Jesus fuck. You're picking up on some tense vibes from Ramel, whose hair ribbon swings forward in front of her face aggressively. Of course it's a success. I never expected otherwise. Giorno? Excuse me? Is it Giorno or Okay. Well, maybe not, but some of the art would have expressed what? Maybe not, but some of the world have expressed surprise at the timing of this. Some have called it bold, considering that you're currently in the middle of a plagiarism controversy. Would you care to comment on the case against you by Trident Media? Instead of being caught off guard by the question sprung on her, Ramel relaxes and laughs. Oh, that. As if they have any kind of real evidence that I'm violating their precious intellectual property. All the characters I draw and profit from are entirely original, and Trident Media and their legislator are just mad about it because the whole internet knows that my storylines are better than the source material. Oops. I mean better than the unrelated creative work is of my comics. I mean better than the unrelated creative works that my comics happen to bear a superficial resemblance to. Feel free to quote me on that. The reporter takes a quote and scuttles away. Ramel seems unbothered, but you can't help but feel concerned for her. Copyright infringement is serious business. This is your new friend. What? Is your new friend in legal hot water? Nah. Alternia barely has any copyright protections to speak of. It's just that little pest Gorgek. Ha! Is it Gorgek? Yeah, it's Gorgek. Trying to stir up shit as usual. The company behind his lawsuit wouldn't even care if he hadn't gotten involved. It's no big deal. Nothing I can't handle. Fuck. You go back to following her around the gallery, keeping your distance whenever a purple blood comes up to compliment her on her work. You can tell that despite her confident attitude, Ramel is still thinking about that journalist. She taps her foot and frowns at the paintings, whenever there's a lull in conversation, throwing glances at the door that the journalist just left through. You know, it's not like Alternia has a free press or credible newspapers. That reporter was probably hired by someone with a grudge to dig dirt on me. I don't think it was Gorjek, actually. Too obvious, amateurish. No, this stinks of my competition. The artistic embellishment that thinks all I do is fan art and shouldn't be taken seriously as an artist. All of their paintings are in the museum across the street, and they hate that I've managed to put up my own exhibit. Those stuck-up, pretentious bulge scrubs would have been trying to sabotage me for so long. She turns to you, and her hands are balled up into fists, the X in her eye flashing with passion. I've been waiting for the opportunity to strike back at them. If everyone is going to accuse me of being a thief and hack anyway, I might as well steal from them for real. Oof. But their security is tight, and I haven't had an accomplice until now. What do you say? Wanna help me pull off a risque arte heist? Okay, so I can already either say yes, fuck yes, and hell fucking yes. And hell fucking yes. Go big or go home. Ramel does one last round in her exhibit, saying goodbye to her patrons and grabbing her bag, which seems mostly art supplies, as you head out the door onto the street. Ooh. The museum that she wants to rob is at the end of the block, in a much bigger, fancier building than the one you just walked out of. All the lights are off inside, and it doesn't seem to have any signs advertising current exhibits. We can do this one of two ways. Follow that journalist and steal the keys if she has them, or break it in without them. Fuck. Okay, we're trying to sneak in, right? So, let's go steal the keys. You would much rather walk through an unlocked door than try to bust it down, and the reporter is still in sight, turning a corner down the street. You try to imitate Ramel's casual yet confident way of walking, like she could blend in anywhere and pull off anything. But despite your efforts to not attract suspicion, you keep getting looks. You not being the same species as everyone around you tends to make you stand out. Shit. This could be a problem. I can pull together a disguise for you. Hang on. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. She's like a squishy little face. And why is she doesn't have any pupils in this eye? You watch as she starts pulling things from her bag. She seems to have all sorts of things in there, from paintbrushes to blobs of clay to paint, and you think she might be putting together some fake horns for you from scratch real quick. But before she can finish, you realize that there's one of those purple bloods about to walk into Ramel's gallery. They're staring at you. He looks vaguely familiar, and you realize a little too late that you've met before. And he starts walking towards you. Yes. You. I remember you. You broke into my apartment. It's the same troll that you and Polypa escaped from. You back away as he advances, a lazy grin on his face. Ramel glances at him, glances from him to you, and then back to him again. Well, fuck. Looks like I'm not going to have an accomplice after all. Sorry, pal. She hoists her bag over her shoulders and shrugs her hands in "what can you do" gesture. Then she's gone, the big purple blood paying her no mind as she absconds. You want to feel betrayed, but it's hard to blame her considering how scary this guy is. In your heart, you know you're dead already, but you're not going to accept your fate without attempting to prevent it. You make a mad dash to escape, sprinting towards a skinny alleyway and thinking that maybe you can scamper up a fire escape or something. Unfortunately, your attacker's size doesn't seem to slow him down, and you can hear his heavy footfalls right behind you. He laughs, and it sounds dopey and dumb and completely terrifying at the same time. You make it to the alley, but you fucked up because it's a dead end, and you don't see anything you could use to clamber to high ground. Oh. You turn to face him, hopelessness sinking down to your toes. Your scrappy alien tenure on this hazardous new planet is about to come to a messy end. The purple blood swings his massive club lazily in one hand as he approaches you, not bothering to run anymore. You drop into a fighting crouch, trying to think back to your third grade karate lessons for any moves that might be useful. But before he can crush his before he can crush your skull in, you see a flash of movement behind him. He staggers, dropping the club as something hits him from behind. Ha! As much as I appreciate inspiring my fans, I'm gonna have to ask you not to interpret my art so literally, as in no murdering. Rommel springs off the troll's back after clawing him and rolls onto the side, avoiding his swinging fists. She grabs for his club, which is almost as long as she is tall, but before she can even use it, his next blow catches her right below the ribcage, sending her flying across the alley into the brick wall. She's on her feet again, fast, but you can tell she's injured, and now she doesn't have the element of surprise on her side. The purple blood turns his back to you as he closes in on Rommel, laughing again. You can't let him kill her, not when she came back for you, but you have no idea how you can help her here. Your eyes land on Rommel's bag, tossed to the side in the melee. In desperation, you grab a loose paintbrush that rolled out of it. You dive forward with the battle cry and stab the end of the paintbrush deep into the high blood's calf. Oof. Fuck. Violet blood squirts you in the face. He yells and you manage to roll away just in time to avoid getting smacked. Fuck. The slight stab wound hasn't slowed him much, but it's given Rommel a chance to dive out of his range, and while he's still trying to grab you, she gets a hold of his club again. Oof, that is a big thing. She's stronger than she looks, strong enough to get a good wind up with that thing. And then he turns toward her and she brings it hard down onto his skull. Shit. It takes a few more good slashes before the troll finally stops groaning and twitching. Rommel breathes heavily, wiping blood splatter off her forehead. She looks up, meeting your eyes. You're absolutely positive this is the most dramatic way you could have been rescued. You can't believe she came back and risked her life for you. Pfft, don't mention it. I needed an accomplice, right? Fuck. She drops a club and staggers over to you, pausing to spit out cerulean blood. You remember that she took some damage and hurry to and you hurried to support her, offering her your weak human arm to lean on. Is she going to be okay? I'll be fine. Ceruleans are tough to cull, even for a wannabe subjugulator. Subjugulator? I think that's what it was. She tilts her head, looking down at the way her blood swirls with the larger quantities of purple blood pooling on the asphalt. Huh. That actually is not bad for an artistic medium. The colors and textures work so well. Maybe that blue blood kid from Chitter was onto something. Anyway, thanks for having my back with the paintbrush. That took some quick thinking. We make an okay team. I've never killed anyone before, but that kinda ruled, didn't it? You're not sure that you would choose those exact words, but you're pretty relieved right now. You might not have had the bloodthirsty glint in your eyes that Rommel does, but maybe you can interpret your adrenaline shakes as euphoric overload or something. Hell yeah, me too. I can see why people get into this killing business. If I wasn't such a great artist, I'd consider switching careers. But sometimes when you're good at too many things, you have to pick one and stick to it. So no professional assassinations for me. I'm still determined to rob the shit out of my competitors, though. And now that we've killed someone together, it just makes sense for us to stay partners in crime, right? Your heart leaps at the implication that she wants to stick together. You truly do not mind breaking every law in the books if it means she'll be your friend. Nice. We probably don't need to go around breaking every law. I just want to steal some art. But maybe we can reschedule the heist for another day. This neighborhood will be crawling with drones as soon as they realize a high blood was killed. You feel bad that this troll attempting to slaughter you ruined Rommel's gallery opening. Oh, are you kidding? My customer base loves this kind of shit. My art will get even more of a violent reputation when word gets out that someone died at my first gallery show. That's metal as fuck. You limp out of the alley, supporting Rommel with your arm around her waist, and she directs the two of you to the back entrance of her gallery, where the two of you can clean off the blood and hide until the drones and the crowds are gone. If you don't mind, you can lie low at my place for a few days while we plan on this heist. And I might as well get some work done while we wait for a scheme. That fight was pretty inspiring. You're already my accomplice, so how would you feel also being my muse? Yay! More blood! The last time I was amused didn't end up so well. So yeah, that was the first. That was a good one though. My prediction was bad. So yeah, that was Rommel's one of her good endings. I don't know if there's more than one. I haven't played this in so long. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel really bad for that purple blood, honestly, because, I mean, we did break into his house. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Also, feel free to comment your opinion on how I play this game, or if you want me to play any other games. And if you want to see more videos on HiveSwap and stuff like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Yep, that's all I have for now. Next video should be out shortly. I promise I will cover all of these. I promise I won't slack off anymore. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.